Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. I am super excited for tonight's show, as always. One, because I fucking love streaming. Like, I just love streaming. I love being on air with you guys. I love talking the talk. If you're brand new to the YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe. So, like, y'all see that plaque up there? Y'all see that? I want to turn that motherfucker into a silver play button, all right? Share the damn content. Share the content, please, all right? Put it out there on all of your social media. Be like, yo, I'm pulling up to the fucking craziest, wildest, hottest sports show in the nation, in the world, of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the internet, we are going to break the internet tonight. All right, we are going to break the internet tonight. I do want to give a big birthday shout out to my little son Hendrix, who is turning 4. Happy birthday, little man. Happy birthday, little homie. Happy birthday, little son. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm excited to spend the weekend with you, and just you know, the ability to be your dad is just amazing. You know, the ability to be your stepdad, you know, the preference for those that people probably like, this motherfucker has a son. We never knew this nigga had a son. He's pulling a Drake. No, I'm not pulling a Drake. But no, I just do want to make sure I shout that out. Shout the little man. Big foe. Big foes in the chat. Big foe. Bro, with the foe. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have to make sure that we shout out our sponsors. We do got bills to pay. We got to keep the lights in the studio running. I want to shout out my homies, your homies, over at Shop GLD. Shop GLD. Get like me. You see I'm rocking the Washington chain because we've been doing that thing. I should be rocking my Dodgers joint, honestly, after we just did what we did. Smoking the Cubs, smoking on that Cubs pack in the Tokyo World Series. But yo, rep your favorite team. Shop GLD. Check out other pieces that are available on shopgld.com. We got everything from grills. Can you get the grills? Top shining for real. I meant teeth shining for real. But we got grills. We got watches. We got bracelets. We got chains. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take them to the yacht. Show them some of what we got. Shop GLD. Link down below.
Hop out in Miami when no land, I got no understanding. How to hear I'm burning or turn me on, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up no matter where I'm standing. Shop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit. No one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it. Good bring her where you're not.
What's up, chat? We are moving. We are grooving. Yo, let's get this thing booming, all right? I should never said booming because business is not booming if you are someone that is by the name of AB, that man with all of the CTE and all of his baby mamas and all of his drama. Take care of your son, AB. God damn it. This is a sports show. We have sports to talk. That was a little way of me throwing in some pop culture and some drama in with the sports world. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have my co-host backstage. What a pimps in a crib, ma. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. representing the West Side, the best side. Drop the mic. FF.
What it do? What it do?
What it do, pimpin'? How you doing, baby? You good?
California love
Knows how to party. California
California
knows
knows how to party.
Hey, yo, you know what we got to do, right? You know what we got to do. Do you need to go and get? Do you need to go and get anything before we get into this thing?
Oh, I am. I'll take a shot of this for you tonight.
Okay, take a shot from me, Matt. Like, yo, that was disrespectful as fuck. Just gonna take the drink without me.
Don't worry, trust me, I'll drink more.
I'm happy that you actually don't have alcohol right now, because that would have been cardinal sin. You dig what I'm saying?
That's why it's okay.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
And all the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly. We love and appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Hit that fucking like button. You dig what I'm saying?
Dilly, y'all.
Dilly is right indeed. Mike, you ready to dive into tonight's show?
Yes. Just not exactly sure where you're going first, so I could set it up.
The beer just exploded.
Oh.
Like, I mean, at least the mountains are cold. So, I mean, the mountains are blue. So, like, we're good there. But yeah, that just fucking happened. And I'm glad that, like, where I had it set, where I had the bev at, it wasn't in frame. Because
well, not even in frame, but also in frame and on.
It squirted on me. I got squirted on.
Yeah, but I'd rather have it squirt on you than on your equipment.
On my equipment, yeah. Dude, we just made a lot of crazy references right there.
No
pause.
No
pause. Diddy at all. Processing Drake's music after last night. I'm dead. Chase Hunter in the big. Saw Mr. Oricon, who we're going to talk about later on in person. My life has been changed forever, says Aiden. What's up, Aiden? What up, Leafs? He Kodak Dirk YB song word for word. The game speaks for itself. Yo, homie's a YN. Homie's a YN straight up. Like, homie is for real a YN. You dig what I'm saying? Cheerleaders have his face on their socks. That's crazy, bro. Like, the fact this man has taken over the internet. Like, we got a segment for real. Kentucky trying so hard to choke. Fucking Kentucky choke artist. Nah, Kentucky should. Like, well, we're gonna give you March Madness updates for sure. We got you guys. We're gonna be talking some ball here in a minute. Talking some basketball, I should state. But Akron didn't clutch for LeBron. We knew that wasn't gonna happen. Let's get into tonight's show. We were going to lead the top of the hour with March Madness. Our whole intention at first was to talk about March Madness. There's going to be a mini basketball hoop where we are going to be having a freaking 1v1 mini basketball tournament in the stew. There's so much space in here. You guys haven't seen it all yet. John 2, I am calling you out on the court. I am going to the mini hoop that's going over above the Dominican flag. I'm going to dunk on you. Okay. I am putting my fucking nuts on your forehead. I'm letting you know the 1v1 tournament that we are shooting for to happen in June. I'm dunking on you. Mini basketball tournament. Shit's going down live on stream. I'm just making it fucking known. Anyways, we were going to lead off with basketball.
However,
Mike and I are NFL analysts. So that job does take precedence. Ladies and gentlemen, famous Jameis to the New York Football Giants. Famous Jameis is going to the Big Apple. New York, New York. He got 100 on the 100 clips. He's from New York, bringing the good Lord. What? That was foul ruled. I should not have said what. RIP DMX, though. Ladies and gentlemen, this is epic. The Giants who were shopping for Aaron Rodgers, after last week's show, we told you guys that, all of our sources were indicating that this motherfucker was going to Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He re-meets with Pittsburgh today, and on the same day that he re-meets with Pittsburgh, and then the news gets put out that there's no deal imminent. It's still open. And then New York pretty much just, to me, in my opinion, just said, fuck you, pal. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get famous Jameis, who I think is a better fit for the New York Giants. Mike, what is your takeaway about this? This dropped 15 minutes before we hit the live button.
Okay, so I love this pick. I love all that. However, my thought process behind them picking up Jameis is different than yours. To me, I like it. 2 years. You know how I like Jameis, especially for fantasy. I get the whole neighbors thing. But here's the thing. If they were to take Russ or Rodgers, they have to go that direction. To me, I still don't know if Jameis Winston is the starting quarterback in week 6 of this football season. Because to me, this means they draft Shedeur. They draft Shedeur Sanders.
Okay. Then can I feed off of your take for a minute? Do you mind if I eat off your plate a little bit?
Let me go a little bit, then you can.
Go. Because you just said something.
If they would have gone Rodgers or Russ, I don't necessarily think they would have gone Shedeur, because you're not going to bring Rodgers in and Shedeur like you did. You're not going to bring Rodgers in, or you're not going to bring Shedeur in like you did Jordan Love. So them bringing in Winston gives them the ability to start Winston, but I don't think he finishes because I think Shedeur. Go ahead.
If this is a big if, because this Shedeur Cam Ward topic that you and I somehow seem to get fucking caught in every episode and a half. It's not every episode that it gets caught in, but we end up somehow talking about it. If what you're saying, which I think now becomes 10 times more plausible because Jameis Winston is in the building, if it's Shedeur, and if Shedeur has to step up at some point, one, you have no bridge quarterback better than Jameis Winston to start off being the starter, and then maybe by week 6, I'm going to predict week 8.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just throwing a number out.
And this take is purely based off if Shedeur is the guy. If it's Shedeur, and it's Jameis that starts for 6 to 8 weeks ahead of Shedeur, if I'm the Giants, I have now just made a fucking competent decision. I cannot believe I just used the words Giants and competent in the same fucking sentence.
Well, let's cook for a minute. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. We'll just bounce back and forth on this one. Right now, if they were to take Shedeur at 6, that means they can't take, or whatever pick it is, 34. Well, I can't remember. 3. Can't remember what number they freaking have. If they do take Shedeur, that doesn't mean they get an offensive lineman. That doesn't mean they get Travis Hunter. Do they have the offensive line right now to support Jameis or Shedeur?
When it comes to the New York Giants, I don't think that we are talking about the scope of necessarily winning football games, because right now these motherfuckers just need to build a team. You dig what I'm saying?
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, I, as a fan, I think Taco would agree. I would not want to throw Shedeur out there even in week 8 if I don't have a competent offensive line to protect the mofo.
Okay, but that also gets back into the conversation of the Giants still being the Giants. That we have to take into account that the Giants are still the Giants. So
we saw that.
We know that their GM would. I get what you're saying, and what you're saying isn't wrong, my brother. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that this organization is still going to be incompetent enough to make that decision. And they at least brought in a guy who can handle that. He knows he's going to start. He knows that I'm sorry, but at this given stage, if you told me Jameis Winston, Shedeur, or Ward, I'm going to be like, well, let Jameis cook for a little bit. This is also me talking as someone that watches a lot of film, eat, shits, sleeps, breathes football. So I'm going to let Jameis cook at first. Now, for some fucked up reason, and maybe this has something to say about how I'm evaluating the two. I think that for me, it depends on landing spot, but you can take this in any perspective that you want. I think that New York is better fit right now, being that they just brought in Jameis, to bring in Shedeur underneath Jameis's tutelage. Even if Shedeur had to get thrown into the fucking fire because of who his dad is, because of how scrutinizing his father is, the New York media is not going to mean anything to him. I think the New York media chews Cam Ward out and spits him the fuck out and ruins his confidence forever.
No, but I disagree with you in the sense of I do think that with Jameis there, I would agree with you at 4:00 earlier today, but at 4:45 that changed. And why I say that is I think Jameis would be a help even to Cam Ward.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's defer to Tennessee right now because they're on the clock.
I need a preface before you go any further. We got to also remember, I want the audience to remember this. Shedeur is not even my number 2, so we have to preface this.
I get that.
Could matter. I just want them to know. I just want them to know.
Hear me out. Outside of putting asses in seats, which Tennessee desperately needs.
To me, if you're putting asses in seats, you take Shedeur.
Okay. Do you think that Shedeur, outside of putting asses in seats, can put them in a fucking position to win, given the current state of the front office in combination with that, please?
No.
Okay.
I don't think either one does in all reality.
Now, the Giants, who historically are not exactly black quarterback friendly, but are in desperate need of a quarterback, bring in Jameis. This is true. This is true.
No. I'm wondering where you're going with this.
And who have also, their ticket sales have been up and down. We don't know what that market is necessarily going to look like on any given day. That's a bigger market that needs to feed the fan frenzy. Do you maybe deal with the consequence of starting a Jameis, bringing a Shedeur, letting him learn, dealing with the media, dealing with the fans, chanting, "We want Shedeur, we want Shedeur," because he's such Shedeur's box office. Shedeur's box office. He's blockbuster. Let's admit that.
I'm not denying that.
Do you just deal with it and accept the fact that you can develop Shedeur? And I feel that Shedeur probably puts New York, and this is me as an NFC East guy, I think that Shedeur puts them motherfuckers in contention. Not this year coming up. He's not going to CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, the thing. He's not going to,
Okay, I'll say this. Both teams And this is why I think that the Titans should, from day one, I have said that Shedeur and Cam is the wrong pick at number 1. And the reason I say that Cam and Shedeur are both the wrong pick at number 1, and I still think it should be Abdul, is because neither one of them are even close to being a quarterback away from anything. They both are teams. Okay. They're both teams that could end up being a top 5 pick next year. And you know what else is another top 5 pick? Matt with his don't know hype.
Don't know hype. He said Gators are winning it all. We are going to talk some March Madness here in a minute, but I really do want us to really wrap our heads around what the fuck just happened in the NFL, because I do think that this takes. What's up?
What at this moment in time? What does Cleveland do at number 2? Because if there's a chance that they take Shedeur, this doesn't fucking matter.
Are you asking me to think like Robbie or think like Cleveland?
No, you think like Cleveland. Is there a chance that you take Shedeur?
I think that Cleveland takes whatever the 2 are left over. And if Shedeur goes to Cleveland, he's fucked. I think that Ward puts.
What I'm saying is that means the Giants won't even have a chance to get him.
I think that Ward, if the Browns are smart, okay, let's not talk perfect world. Let's say Tennessee does some Tennessee shit. They've already went on record and said that they're going to rock out with their cocks out with Will Levis. Let's say that they do the Abdul Carter move, which day by day as we get closer to the draft, I'm seeing these motherfuckers do some dumb shit like that. Let's say that happens. If I'm the Browns and if I want to at least, if I'm the Browns, I just want to win football games. I'm not going to put a number on it.
If Abdul goes number 1, I do think they take Cam or they take a QB.
Do they, Mike? Do they take Cam? Do the Browns?
They take a QB. I'm saying. I'm not saying it might not. I'm saying they have a more of a better chance of taking. This is what I'm saying.
They need to take Cam. They need to. The Browns don't have issues putting fucking asses in seats. Their fans will still buy tickets and put paper bags over their heads because they're fucking delusional.
Yeah, because they're fans. But could you imagine Abdul Carter being on the other side of freaking Myles Garrett?
You're asking them to be yes, but you're asking them to be smart.
Okay, but the reason I'm asking you this question is, if both quarterbacks are taken at 1 and 2, our whole discussion about the Giants is a moot point.
But I don't think that right now it is. I think that our talk about the Giants is more validated, especially because at this hour we're the first show right now dropping this. You can scroll through your algorithm. Is anyone fucking talking about? They might be making reels. They might be dropping reels and shorts and TikToks. No one is actually dedicating a segment on air right now to this. I think that we're closer to the sun with Jameis and Shedeur.
Oh, I think we are too. I'm just
I think that if you're Cleveland, you go. This is your clear sign to now and go and get Ward.
Okay.
I think that if you're Cleveland, you're talking to New York and you're like, bro, or not New York, but you're talking to Tennessee and you're like, bro, let's just fucking be transparent. And what are we doing?
Okay. Can I throw? We're already off the rails in the sense of me and you are just going back and forth. Let me throw something. Let me throw Mikey talk out there. Cam goes number 1. Shedeur goes number 2. Giants are on the clock with no quarterback. Somebody wants to move up with Abdul Carter. You trade back and take Jackson Dart.
Giants in Jackson Dart,
Yes.
and that puts
So-
Giants right back in the market of the typical QB that they would rather have in uniform.
And you can still learn behind Jameis and Jackson with his charismaticness in New York.
I do fuck with that because that was initially my second thought. I was like, okay, what's going to be the backup plan if it's not going to be Shadur? So I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Travis Hunter will be a Jag. I still wholeheartedly believe this.
I think so.
There's not really a whole lot out there right now that can derail me from that fucking train.
The only thing that would, well, what pick
That
does
train's not getting derailed right now.
There's someone that,
But he can't bring his girlfriend. I am dead. Yeah, she's gonna be at the party while he warms up. Oh my gosh! Brackets cooked. I picked upsets, and only McNeese has happened. I cannot wait for this McNeese segment. Titans getting swept, anyways. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The thing that I think could not let them get. I agree with you, except the only thing that could stop him from being a Jag is him being a Pat.
Before I answer Matt's question, do you want to go first on that?
I think he's not before 25, but I do think he's in the first round.
I feel like we are dealing with. Let me just check something really quick. I want to.
I think the wide receiver is going to get pushed down.
The thing is, because it's a deep class, it's possible. That's the issue. Homie killed his 40. He punished his 40. But we're also right now in an NFL that looks at 40 times and says, you could John Ross me. And that becomes an issue. So yeah. With Matthew Golden, I'm saying this respectfully. I'm okay with wherever he falls, whatever happens. Wherever he lands, I'll still take a flyer on in dynasty formats. And I'll keep an eye out in redraft as a late round faller, but I got to see how he interacts with his new landing spot. Golden is definitely landing spot dependent, and I don't know if it's a necessity because that 40 time does things in NFL scouts' minds and in NFL GM's minds. The 40 time right now,
it does.
It's super impressive on Combine Day and on Pro Day, but it makes a lot of GMs go, I've seen this. So it's something to look out for. Is that a fair assessment?
No, can you bring up Aiden's comment about, but I think Pats are?
This?
2 down. So my thinking of that is I honestly think that what I think could happen is I think the O-line could get pushed down a little bit, Will Campbell. What I think could happen is it could go, and this is why I brought it up, I think it could go Cam, then it could go Abdul, then it could go Shadur, and then at 4 you're sitting there with the Patriots, and that's where I think Patriots could go Hunter. Not saying they're going to, but that's a scenario that I think if those 3 did go in that direction, it could. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to, but it could. But one trade or one.
Can I entertain that for a second?
Absolutely.
Duval and New England are the two places that I feel that Hunter can be the most dangerous.
Well, let me put it this way.
Huh?
Vrabel with that athlete?
Vrabel's going to cook. Vrabel's going to fuck the NFL up.
I'm just saying Vrabel with that kind of talent.
You also got to think about like Vrabel's playing days and like the way that he develops defensive schemes. It's predicated on a lot of things that he's seen, a lot of looks that he's already seen, and he's a very hands-on coach. So him being able to get with that type of athlete and being able to get in drills, get hands on pads, because like he still does it. Like he still does it even at his age, Vrabel. And then being able to be like, oh, so you can do that on defense? Okay, no, well, we have a package for you also on offense too. It becomes very nasty really quick in that scheme and in Cohen's scheme. I think that those are the two, when we talk the top six, those are the two schemes that fit Travis Hunter's playing style and personality the best.
So just to let everyone in the chat know, just in case you're not watching, New Mexico has just upset Marquette.
Yeah, the chat had already kind of brought that up. Let's go ahead. Let's utilize this time to get in to March Madness talk. Perfect segue, Mike. So all of our brackets are busted.
Well, there's only on ESPN. There's only 2 perfect brackets left before 3:00.
I don't think that normally I survive day one. Like at least like one bracket out, like the couple of like I do a minimum of 5, no more than like 10. This year I did 6. I've never not survived day one with at least one bracket. Mike, your thoughts on how we sit and how we situate ourselves right now? You're in Rumboyz Bracket Busters, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm way in the bottom because I went upset city. My problem was the brackets that I'm way towards the bottom. My problem is the upsets that I went for. As an example, 11 out of those 12 years, a 13 has beat a 4 seed, blah, blah, blah. I just picked the wrong one. I got the number right. I mean, I said, okay, there's going to be a 13. I just got the one wrong. I think this shows the parity. I think this shows the transfer portal. We knew this was going to happen. We knew there was going to be some upsets. But when it gets down to the end of it, when you look at all the statistics, you look at all the analytics, you look at the Ken Palm rankings and all that, there's really only a handful of teams. And when it gets down to brass tacks towards the end of next weekend, you're still going to see the usual suspects there with maybe a couple, but 1 or 2, going into like the Elite Eight-ish. But for overall, you're going to see, I think, some of the usual suspects. Iowa State looked like they could lose earlier in the game, then they pulled it away. We can't forget that Iowa State, one of the reasons I have them losing in the next round, I think, in one of my brackets and then later on in another bracket, is Iowa State, after the bracket was announced, came out and said that because they wanted to make sure they wanted to get their they announced that the number 1 player was not going to play. So they announced that after they got their seed. So I discounted them a little bit. But overall, I still think it's going to be some of the big boys. And yes, I still do think that Duke's going to win it all.
I am 9th in Rumboyz Bracket Busters. I do have a bracket that I did pick Houston that is currently sitting in 3rd place in another group that I'm in. That is as high as it's gone. The bracket that I took North Carolina to go all the way, done, gone. RJ Davis, we thank you, we salute you. What the fuck was that, North Carolina? Like Tar Heels, unbreak my heart.
Oh yeah, I picked them too.
Say you'll love me again. Undo this hurt. Bro. That shit sucked. Aiden saying he picked Lipscomb. That's crazy work. That's fucking nasty work.
Hey, I picked Montana as a 14 seed, so.
RJ is the one that only tries. Not falling for a freshman trap, bro. Strip Riders, one at Patino, and Cal matchup so bad. So bad. Patino getting revenge was dope. That was sick. That was sick. You guys are 1-3 against quad one teams. Yeah, but like, part of me had faith, okay? Part of me thought that we could potentially run the table, Brev. And that just didn't happen. Like I really thought that we could play team basketball. We could work our way through. We could put some shit together. Motherfucking no. Clearly we can't. I miss the old Tar Heel days. I miss the old school UNC days. I miss the Roy Williams days. Because coach would have had us right and coach would have had us prepared. This team, I mean, even looking back last year, with Drake May, I mean, like it's. You did not just say that. We're dog shit. Or was it 2 years ago with Drake May? 2 years ago?
No, because Drake May is on the New England Patriots. You mean Luke May? 3 years ago.
Yeah, Luke May. Yeah, that May. The other May.
I knew where you were going. I was waiting for you to fix it.
Drake. But yeah, like we're just not good right now, bro. It's RIP Tar Heels basketball. We should not have been in the tournament in the first fucking place. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point.
When you're honest with yourself, you can liberate yourself from the pain. Like Taylor Heineke leading the Washington Commanders to a fucking playoff berth, and then looking like we were going to be able to give the Bucks a business, and then of course it's Tom Brady on the other side of the ball. Why set yourself up for thinking that false hope could be a thing? Just let it go. Let it go. But I'm ninth in Rumboyz Bracket Busters with Duke winning that one. I should have probably rode Houston. I probably would maybe be ranking a little bit higher in that one. But that was the first bracket that I submitted. So, but for the sake of money, go Houston rest of the way. Like, basically, in all honesty, go Houston the rest of the way. The rest of the way, I need Houston to go cray. Matt did throw out the dono that Gators were going to win it all. The bracket that I picked the Gators to win it all, I'm not doing well in. Drake making hoop could have used him today. I'm dead. I do want to talk about an underdog school in this tournament, and that is McNeese. McNeese has seamlessly just gone viral. They whooped the dog shit out of Clemson. They beat the brakes off of Clemson.
Hold on. They were beating the brakes out of them, and then they came back and only won by a few.
Yeah, because mathematically, you really didn't have to expend that much energy in the end. I really think that's what it was, to be honest.
I think they got too conservative and almost blew it.
I think they did. I think that is a case. I think that, but I also think that it's like, we're gonna win this year regardless, mathematically speaking. At a certain point,
if they would have lost that game, hold on.
If they would have lost that game, we would have memed the fuck out of them.
If they would have lost that game, You know what we would have been calling that game? Kyle Shanahan as the offensive coordinator at 28-3.
God damn.
Because that's exactly what he did. He got up and then freaking ruined the game plan.
He was the underdog. McNeese was the biggest because even that season, like the Falcons were cooking, but like no one really took the Falcons like seriously, Brav. Like the Falcons are one of those teams like you bring up in the world of football, and you're like you don't take them seriously. Like McNeese is like one of those schools where it's like it could happen.
Okay, so I know what you want to bring up about this, so I want to bring something else up before I let you cook.
Can I pour a shot while you do that?
Huh? You can pour your shot.
I'll pour a shot.
I found something interesting, or I find two things interesting. One, 24 hours before McNeese got on the court to play Clemson, Will Wade, who was suspended 2 years ago, their head coach, who was suspended 2 years ago for being caught on a wiretap while he was at LSU getting in NIL stuff.
Repeat that again?
He got caught on a wiretap giving benefits before NIL was a thing while he was the head coach at LSU.
Who?
But the head coach of McNeese.
Really?
Yes. Will Wade. He was
straight up Watergate. He was straight up Watergate, huh?
But the day before, he served his time. He served his punishment. Then he went to McNeese. The day before McNeese got on the court to play Clemson, he agreed to a deal to go to North Carolina State and be the head coach of the Wolfpack.
Yes.
But where did Will Wade go to college, and where was he a grad assistant at?
NC.
Clemson, who they just beat.
Oh, so
So he went to the state. He went to the area that he was going to play or going to coach to a different school, beat them, but also was the alma mater. So he beat his alma mater and then is going to North Carolina State to take a job.
It's like it's like smashing an ex that like was like, I'm never gonna let you hit again, and then they let you hit again, and then you like do.
And then you go and then you go date her enemy after that. That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly. God damn. That's a menacing reference, Brev. That's a menacing reference.
Now I'm gonna let you cook.
I can't follow that up. You
haven't brought up the reason McNeese is on viral.
The reason McNeese is viral is because of Americana. I mean, homie knows like every Kodak Black, every NBA Youngboy, every Lil Durk song, lyric for lyric. Homie comes out with the bump box, like, doing his thing. Homie, I never thought I would see the day that like an equipment manager is getting NIL deals. I never thought the day that I'd be like, yo, as a dad, if my kid was an equipment manager, if my kid can't cut it, but if he was the equipment manager and he could get NIL from it, fuck that, run it up. Like, cuz is feeding his family through NIL deals. He's getting probably better and bigger. Homie walked out with the chains on today. I saw someone say they easily could have lost their fans. They went dead silent in the last minute. As long as McNeese keeps the house engaged, that shit can get fucking dangerous. And cuz did it on a fucking on a generational Ramadan run, like that's crazy. Oh God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Young nigga, I got cold cash, spaz on your ass. I got Prada on my hoes on there, like, bruh. Kodak snapped on that joint. Kodak snapped, bro. I'm excited for what this team can do. I think that eventually we're gonna reach a point to where like, can I say can I still use the expression the fat lady will sing? Like, can I still say that?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah. I think eventually like the tunes start going and like we're ready for it to crash and burn. Like I think they still got like one round left of them. Like, I still think they can do something. Like, I want this. I want this for the internet. I want this for the narrative. I want this for the memes. I want this for the lulz. Like, I'm purely here for this McNeese hype for TikTok. Like, not so fun fact. Chris Bears, Ole Miss head coach, beat his wife and married his dead twin brother's wife. Fuck Ole Miss. In case you picked Ole Miss, you support that. That's wild. And no, I didn't pick Ole Miss. I have a lot of brackets that busted, but I'm glad that I didn't, because I didn't know that before they were some bitch ass hoes. So yeah. Purdue get fucked. Purdue.
Well, Purdue's the one. Purdue's playing McNeese.
Yeah, and Purdue's gonna get cooked because they almost got cooked today, and that's what I was about to say.
Yesterday.
Purdue is gonna get belt the fucking ass this next round. They're gonna McNeese is playing with too much confidence, and confidence goes a long way in this tournament. Confidence goes a long way in this tournament.
Right, they are. That is who they're playing, right?
Yeah. Bro, shit's gonna become scary hours real fucking fast for Purdue. So, like, if you're a Boilermakers fan, I'm sorry, but light a candle and create a fucking prayer circle, because it's going down, you bitch. It's going down. I'm gonna be locked into that game with a fucking cold one and a Bluntski ready to go. Like, yo, this man, Bo. All right. Did Bo just text you? That motherfucker Bo just text you?
No.
All right. So Bo just texted me. He going to be like, your boy didn't watch much ball this year. That might be my secret. On God, bro. On God. Because, like, the bracket that I'm doing the best in, that's for money, I'm punishing. Which, by the way, hey, Mike, did you know we are giving away a $50 Amazon gift card for the winner of Bracket Busters? Mike, also, did you know we got 53 fucking contestants in that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So, because this is our biggest year, I don't know what it's going to be yet. First place might get an extra prize attached. That keyword is might. There are no terms and conditions that legally abide me to that might, but I might throw in some extra shit. Rumboyz merch. Exclusive. Off a new clothing line. That's not dropping till late April. Just saying. The new hoodies is gonna be crazy. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The new Rumboyz hoodies that I've been working on behind the scenes, like, no one is like, I'm designing the clothing line. Like, I'm doing a lot. Like, yeah. Drew, what is good? Let's go. That let's go deserves a shot ski. Ayo, y'all can dono for shots. Like, I don't have to take these little baby ass shots. Like, if you want me to actually do like half or more, half a shot, 10, half a shot, 10, a full shot, 15. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the wrong boys and girls. What do? Let's go, dilly. Arr. Mike not drinking after the day that he had is fucking diabolical. Can I tell them what happened to you?
Basically, my stomach's jacked up and I can't drink. I don't want to drink right now because I'm not. My stomach is so jacked up, I'm not even eating.
Because can I tell them why it happened?
You can tell them. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's
a skunk. Well, a skunk didn't spray Mike directly. A skunk sprayed the warehouse that he works in, where like they build things. And yeah, So Mike is fucked. Purdue won't shoot 1 for 14 from 3. Yeah, that shit was insane. Like you can't hold on. Let me bring this back up. You cannot do this and expect to win the big tournament. You cannot do this against McNeese because McNeese is playing with heart and plus tempo plus skill outweighs. Like you live and dying by the 3 will come back and get you in basketball all the time. Christian Shamonte shreds. Self-first Cal was madness. Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. Absolutely. On one thing where casuals have a chance, I'm pissed. Yeah, March Madness is the thing that gives casuals a chance. My girl fucking picked a bracket based off of colors and mascot, and she's doing 10 points better than me right now. Rigged for money and views. I'm dead. I want Robbie's OnlyFans content.
Don't. That used to be a joke. Now
all right. So here's the thing with that joke. There was a point in time where like that joke like could have potentially had some smoke to it, and now like that joke is just like not even like an existing thing. Like I'm a dad. I'm a dad, brev. I'm a dad, brev. The only rum's paywalls of content. There is going to be content that coming up that is going to have paywalls because we are going to be doing exclusive shit. Wake up, UConn. Make that motherfucker drink. Alex Carbon, it's on you. UC San Diego got robbed. Fuck UC San Diego. Fuck Vic. Houston, watch out, Zags. We're 26-2 versus Georgia. Bro, they were up. Yeah, Gonzaga beat the dog shit out of Georgia. That's another one I want to highlight. They Michael Vick Georgia. They straight up Michael Vick Georgia. Bonnie Wright. Yo, that's wild. Spring break content. Dilly. All right. Mike, can I leak something that is happening next weekend as far as streaming goes? Golf content is coming. More importantly, unhinged, not pre-cut, not produced live golf content is coming. And next Saturday, you guys get a small peek at what that's going to look like. Me and the homies are hitting the driving range. I have a new set of clubs that will be here Thursday. Cigars will be puffed. Rum will be had. Buckets of beers will be bought and consumed. This is going to be a very interesting live stream. So I'm excited for an IRL like at the golf range. It's going to be pretty dope for you guys. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Patrick Mahomes will be ordained as a saint, and I want Robbie to officiate it. I have to be able to tolerate Brittany first.
He can't even tolerate her.
I'm dead. I do want to get into one more topic before we get into halftime because we still have a lot more show left. We have a whole nother hour that we are going to cover for you. I say that like it's a bad thing. Like this isn't work for us. This is fun for us. Mike, I'm going to keep it hoops if that's okay. Because on the second half, we have a lot of NFL that we have to talk about.
If it's the hoops I think you're going to bring up, I really don't care about it, but I know I will chime in.
The bloody NBA, mate?
A kid?
You don't got to do that. You do not have to do that. Well, don't.
I mean, a son?
Now you're being very, very.
You know where I'm going. You know I'm joking around with
He
it.
plays on our team, so we kind of have to like. All right,
just go.
Bronny James, ladies and gentlemen, Bronny fucking James hit a career high in the NBA, a real life NBA game against the Bucks. The Lakers got decimated. We got raw dog. No lube, no protection.
No Luka, no dad, right?
No Luka, no LeBron, but Bronny was out there.
I know.
This little nigga put up fucking 17 points. And we're going to talk about the foul call. But, like, is he NBA ready? I mean, like, 17 with no Luka, no Pops. I'm going to be honest. I thought that he was going to choke. I didn't expect double digits from the kid. Not in the NBA. Not in the NBA. I honestly thought this kid was going to fly. I didn't think that we were ever going to see a day that he was going to put up double.
Oh, I did. I didn't think he'd put up 17 the other night. I think he would have. If you would have told me at the beginning, if you would have told me before the game started, he hit 11 points, 5 rebounds, I would have been like, okay. Or 5 assists, I would have been like, okay, that's fine.
He's the autistic Scotty Barnes.
Here's the thing. He's still who he is. He's still young. He still doesn't deserve a full squad team in the sense of he does still need to go back and forth between the G League. I still think he needs, obviously he needs some seasoning. For God's sakes, he's not even allowed to sit on the bench the entire game when his dad's not even playing because his dad says sit down on the court. But I think he'll be fine. If they ever have to lean on him, it won't be fine. He will be a serviceable bench guy, and I think he'll work his way into being an on-ball defender, and that's what he'll end up. That's what he'll end up.
Are the words Bronny and starter with any team synonymous in the same sentence?
No.
Ever.
No. He's a good role. He's a good bench player. Could he ever win the sixth man? I won't rule it out.
You do realize we're never, ever, 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 ever going to land. Like, we were never going to land a LeBron interview in the fucking first place. I shouldn't say that because, like, who knows? Like, we could have gone viral with, like, one clip and, like, he would have been like, what's up?
I'm not saying anything that anyone else isn't saying. I'm not talking shit about the kid. I just don't think his talent is.
Hear me? I'm not trying to get Stephen A. Smith. You dig what I'm saying?
No, and that's why I'm leaving it at that.
So I'm being selective, but being raw with what I say. I'm thinking before I speak. Meanwhile, the chat's like, bro, Bronny doesn't belong in the league. Stop glazing. Stop. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. I think that Bronny cannot be a Laker. I don't think that even with LeBron gone, I don't think even with 3 years of G League combined with NBA experience, Bronny can be a Laker. I do, however, think Bronny could be a Wizard. Bronny could be a Piston. And I think that Bronny could be a weapon for them at that point. I think it's still a role player weapon.
Starter,
but I think that he could. I think that if you put Bronny on the Wizards right now, he could cook.
Well, let's be real here, and this isn't a dig on Bronny. Right now, the Washington Wizards would lose to a couple teams in this tournament.
They'll lose to every team in this tournament. Wait, in March Madness tournament?
Yes.
Holy fuck, you're mean. Whoa, I didn't realize what context you were going with that.
I'm
You're a
saying
dick.
that Wizards are not a good team.
They're not a good, but you're a dick. You know how in football we ask if SEC
Yes,
team,
I know. That's why I know.
but we always come to the conclusion that like it's still an NFL team and like
It's still an NFL team.
they'll beat Bama. Like, bro, I can't believe you just fucking went there. You really just did that. So all right. Are you doing this? Are you doing this for the clout? Or is this a real take? Do you wholeheartedly feel that way?
Not with the Wizards, but right now, who is technically the worst team in the league? Let's look.
The Wizards. I don't even have to look, and I'm gonna tell you it's the Wizards. I'm gonna tell you it's the Wizards.
I don't know if it is.
I could damn near guarantee it is. Without looking. I'm not saying this with no data, no information. I'm gonna wait till you pull it up.
By one game, you are right, sir.
By one game, I'm right?
Yep.
Who's the worst?
No, you're right.
Oh, I'm right?
You're right by one game.
Who's ahead of them?
Jazz is one game ahead of him.
Bang, bang.
But Markkanen hasn't been healthy,
Okay, so Bronny on the Wizards would probably like put asses in seats one and would probably actually win games. Like I'm being honest. Like honestly speaking, we're talking about a team that has absolutely been completely depleted and been decimated since they've lost Gilbert Arenas. Since they lost Antoine Jameson. This team has been dog shit in a market where every fucking team, Nationals, you're not included in what I'm about to fucking say, where every fucking team, the Capitals, the Commanders, we don't care about what DC United is doing because we're not a soccer show. 2019, the Nats made me cry on stream because I was like, fuck, I'm from DC and I should be a fan of this team, but I'm not really a fan of this team. They're kind of like my weird second team. If you want to make this market profitable, if I'm the Wizards, I'm like, hey, how many picks? How much of my future do I have to mortgage to just bring Bronny over?
But as long as his dad's as long as LeBron's on the team, they're not trading him, and I have no problem with that.
Caleb Love or Bronny, yes, it's Bronny gets a nepotism treatment. The point that I'm really trying to get across with Bronny is that just because he gets a nepotism treatment doesn't mean that he can't ball. Doesn't mean that he can't be a guy in this league, especially on a team like the Wizards or the Pistons, like the Jazz even right now.
Charlotte.
The problem is that family is not going to let a small market come in and tap into that bread of what the James family and the James Foundation has built. Bryce is definitely the better brother, and Bryce is going to come into the league and probably ignite that bitch on fire. I'm going to be honest. Bryce actually probably got the better side of the gene pool.
I'm not sure on that quite yet.
Look,
I want to see him at Arizona.
I'm excited to see him in Arizona because like Zona's already good at ball. He can probably just like give him that like extra little Whereas like Bronny didn't give that to USC, and like USC was kind of like mid anyways.
But I also want to bring one thing up.
Bronny didn't play enough at USC
He
either.
didn't play enough at USC, partly because of the heart thing. I think if his name if his last name wasn't James, he probably would have stayed one more year. Because of because of having the heart incident on the court and not being able to play for so long, it put him behind the 8 ball, and that's not Bronny's fault.
Yeah, I never said that Bronny wasn't good enough at Bronny definitely wasn't good enough at SC. Even when he was healthy, he wasn't good. Bro, I'm standing on that. Bronny is a nepotism baby. Bryce is going to get that, but Bryce have the better ability to overcome it. RJ Davis, Caleb Love, Armando Bacat are so much better than Bronny and will never get the chance. Dude simply does not belong in the league. I don't think that I think that homie belongs on a G League team.
Yeah.
I think that the league itself, the NBA itself, is trying to force Bronny upon us. But the fact that he did put up 17, I think it does have some merit against the Bucks, against Giannis. When there was a foul call that probably, like, honestly, his dad definitely would have got that call. Well, you put any other NBA player that's a star on the floor, they would have gotten that call. I think that Bronny is learning the hard way and is under a microscope because he is LeBron's son. Bronny isn't going through anything different realistically than any other rookie has gone through. So I think that we're being harsh, we're being assholes, but I mean, we're the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. When are we not being assholes? When are we not scrutinizing? When are we? We're not, and it's not that we're scrutinizing in a bad way. We're asking for the best out of what we're being shown.
Yeah.
Bronny was the third best point guard on SC. Why did Luka Garza never get a shot? He's getting cock-blocked by the T-Wolves. That is true. Luka Garza should get a shot. Yeah, he did move slow. He did.
He's one of those guys like Tyler Hansborough back in the day that was a great college basketball player.
Noel is nice. Yeah, I like Noel.
Yeah. But Garza reminds me of Hansborough back in the day at UNC in the sense of
DJ Burns was fat.
That he was a great college ball player, but just didn't fit the NBA.
Mike,
yes.
We're gonna get into halftime.
Yes, we are.
You guys are gonna start noticing some different things in regards to halftime. We are getting away from music. Like, we're still gonna have music. We're still gonna feature music. We're just going to very closely scan it for copyrights and samples of what producers may use for songs on these type of lives, just because YouTube is very Twitch is super chill. Twitch is super chill where we don't have to worry, where we don't have to follow as many rules. YouTube, you're our biggest money maker, but god damn, can you be nicer to us, please? Ow. Drop my vape. But YouTube, can you please like be nicer to us? Like, you can still keep your cut of the pie, still keep your slice, but they're super strict on copyright. Like, our Colts short got hit with a copyright because I used Bring the Pain instrumental for like a minute. And I was like, hold on. Your policy states that I can do this. And then we got the copyright. We won it. So like, we're good. But like it's just, yeah. So we're going to throw on an interview. We're going to throw on a commercial. And honestly, we'll probably throw on, I'm going to throw on a music video after that. Okay. We're going to throw on the Debo real quick. We're going to go to commercial for GLD, and we're going to play plot music video. And then we're back with more sports talk at the other half of the hour. We have a lot of NFL that really needs to be addressed. So we'll see you in a few. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. And all the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. We love and appreciate you. Arrrr. Dilly dilly. Ah!
Let's go. Alrighty. So once it hits one, got it. I feel like I'm on IG Live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another 2019 NFL Players Association Rookie Premier interview. This time we're sitting with Debo Samuel. It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. Debo, just want to start this one off with congratulations, brother. Welcome to the NFL. Can you relive your draft day moment with us?
I can try to. Like I just said, that experience is like unbelievable. Like it's not a feeling you can explain.
Right.
It's really just a lot of joy and just knowing like the people that didn't help you like get to where you need to be was there, like around you. It was just a great moment.
You sit there, you sit back, like, Mama, we made it.
Mama was right here. Grandma was right here. My girl and my dad and my brothers and sisters and everybody else was like right behind us.
Nice. Hey, you said you were going to try, recall it for us. You did pretty good, man. That's photographic.
It was. So we got to ask, going to San Fran, we know Jimmy G had his little injury last year, but we think he's coming back bigger and better than he has been.
My experience these past couple of days is crazy. Like the man really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's really nice.
Oh, so
you got to met him, you got to talk to him?
I met and talked to him. We kind of like I think we kind of started the OTAs a little different than everybody else because we've been out there with the vets since Monday. Okay. So like we was running routes with the vets, catching the balls from all the other quarterbacks we got. So everybody was just really out there.
Nice. Now, this one, is going to be a little bit more of a hard hitter, but I definitely need your take on this. What separates you from the rest of the wide receivers? I mean, I studied the film, so I feel, in my opinion, I know. But what do you think if you self-assess yourself?
Me personally, I can play any position on the offensive side of the ball. Not only in my receiver, like I tied the SEC kick return record. So I really do. I really just do everything out there on the field.
We actually haven't talked to a guy. I mean, everybody has to be able to move around on the field, but we haven't talked to someone, with the special teams caliber like yourself. What is it like returning like a kid, and going the distance?
So like me personally, like I said earlier, like my dad was my little league football coach. So what he instilled in my head, like every time you get the ball, try to put the ball in the box, which is he's talking about the end zone. So that's kind of like been my mind.
You're a violent downhill runner, man. Like guys coming into you, they hit a wall, bro.
Nah, we let no one guy bring it down.
Yes, sir.
That's right. One more question before we go. Do you have any advice for the young wideouts out there, in terms of training, nutrition, so on and so forth?
Okay, so the nutrition part is humongous.
Mm.
Like my first year and a half at college, I didn't know it was like that serious. So my first year, I pulled my left hamstring, came back early, and I pulled it again. Then the following year, I was still like eating whatever, and I pulled my other hamstring. So like after that, like I started doing like yoga, like for taking care of your body and like eating the right foods. And after that, like year three of my career, I broke my ankle, which you can't do nothing about that. So it was just a part of the game. It's gonna happen. So the advice is just take advantage of like the opportunities that you have and like make sure you stay on top of everything you need to do.
100%. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you keep care of your body, so it can go a long way. As always, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Instead of snatching chains, he's snatching TDs from you. We out of here.
How about in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Shots to your D for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. See, it's kinda funny. You stick to the road to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you cut every piece of the pie to find out you sliced into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's stupid disgust. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a rumpus, so stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even when tired, like Michelin man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you stacking opinions. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off in her man and his feelings. Now back to the business. Back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home. I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to living the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas. At night we the victim. The life of go get 'em. So I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan. I still on my mission. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change direction. This life that we live full of lessons. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream, hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the number one mission in hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only getting one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. Just stick to the
Back on to make money. Alrighty, chat. Give me just 1 second. I had to send a message. Alrighty, we are all good. Mike, how you feeling? Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Wait for Mike to hit the unmute and unmute.
I'm back.
You want to count me down?
Cheers to me. Cheers to you.
Hold on, Nick. I ain't even pour. You're not gonna let me pour up though.
Then pour up. I thought you meant
that was disrespectful. I mean, count me down, but no one. Hold on. Let me see. Let me check the chat. Let me check the chat just in case, really quick. Okay, we're good. Oh,
what?
We have an RIP. We have a serious RIP.
Son of a! I just saw it.
I'm gonna switch glasses
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll wait on you.
Hold on.
Fuck, that just happened. Oh, that just happened.
I'm bringing out the heavy hitter.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll have you. Well, actually, I'm gonna.
You count it down. Go.
Do you have a speech?
No, just go.
I actually do have one. Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans all around the world, ages young and old, we have lost a legend in the world of sports. And I preference the world of sports because his impact from everything from not just inside of the ring, but outside the ring, from civil rights and so on. George Foreman was one of those guys. And we are sad to report at the top of this hour, at the top of this fresh hour, this fresh 30 minutes, I should preference. We have lost George Foreman. I want to pour up because legends deserve a shot. Legends, they may leave this earth, but they live forever. I remember my grandfather playing back the Thriller in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember how important that fight was to him and what that meant for him and how that got passed down on to me. To the greatest, to a GOAT, to a legend, to a true badass. You may know him from the Foreman Grill. I know him from throwing fucking haymakers and putting niggas on the grill. To the GOAT, George Foreman. May you forever rest in peace. In Rumboyz Eternal, we say cheers to me, cheers to you, and all the Rumboys and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. We love you and we appreciate you. In eternal memory, George Foreman.
Dilly dilly.
Woo!
Whoa.
I'm turned up.
I was not ready for that.
Drew, you have 30 minutes. Throw on a fit. Throw on a fit. You don't go out with me, kid. You're going out with me, just so you know. Get suited and booted, roomie. We gotta go meet up with Vic. Yeah, the world of grilling, nobody hit like they formed. Nobody. When you can take Ali to distance, do you know what it takes to take Ali to distance? Play Ali in single player on Fight Night. And that's still not even a good enough context. Fight Night released a new game for us. Mike, I do want to get into the rest of tonight's show because we do have other topics that we need to talk about.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you a fan of winning money?
Well, duh.
Does your home league play for money?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I have one final question. have you ever played in a 2-quarterback league?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in a 2-quarterback league with you.
So I have a special preference here.
Oh, okay.
My guy, who I've been bragging and boasting about, I'm not a big blue guy by any means. From Michigan
Oh, okay. Now I know where you're going.
to Minnesota,
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy. He's taken over for the Minnesota Vikings. Like the Minnesota Vikings, bam, like stamped it. They killed the Aaron Rodgers rumors that we were going to bring up last week, but we avoided because we're a really good production company, and we were like, we're not going to get too into this. What are your thoughts, dude? Because like I feel like that there's some fantasy value here that's actually being overlooked.
All right, so before we get into the fantasy factor of this was the one and only correct decision for Minnesota this offseason. I don't care who it was. I don't care if it was Sam Darnold. I don't care if it was Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if it was Russell Wilson. I don't care if it was bringing in freaking Kirk Cousins. I mean, yeah, bringing Kirko back. JJ McCarthy was the only correct answer at quarterback. Yes, there is value. I have him in the league on a taxi squad, ready to promote him when I need to. I do think there's going to be value. He could end up 15 to 20, which is great if you're looking to have a Superflex QB2 where you are willing to take the diminish of the QB and not have 2 top 12s because you want to stock up at the running back and wideout position. I have no problem with JJ running as my number 2.
Can I preference something?
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't necessarily have to do with JJ, and I want to circle back to JJ. So if you come up with a segue in your head to bring it the circumvent, I want to come back to that. But I do want to focus on this team. I do want to focus on fantasy. Aiden brings up JJ to JJ time. How does it affect the way that you value Justin Jefferson? We're not talking the casual chalk take here. Like, is this really an impeding factor? And I think that we need to dig deep on this.
Before this, Jamar Chase, 1A, Justin Jefferson, 1B. After this, Justin Jefferson is significantly number 2, not close to 1A.
So with rookie JJ and knowing here's what I feel like that's happening in a lot of our colleague circles behind the scenes. Chat. Can I expose you guys to what happens in the group chats, like behind the scenes, and what like niggas really be talking about? Like, I'm gonna really give you that uncut raw shit. Mike, is it okay with you if I talk my shit? Let's talk our shit, Mike.
I'm in these chats, so I know what you're gonna say. So go ahead.
I think that McCarthy's body of work in college is not being taken into account enough. The domination of running the ball and pounding the rock when he is under center is not taken into account. As someone that has followed,
I'm hearing you out.
Give me a second. As someone that has followed JJ since his IMG years, I'm telling you the kid can fucking sling the rock. I'm telling you that the kid can fucking make every throw. I'm telling you that I'm not preposterous when I say this. In 2QB, could he be a gem? Yes. If I have Jaden Daniels as QB1 on my particular roster, and I could have JJ as a 2, depending on what the cash pot is looking like in that particular league, I'm willing to run the gambit on those two and be confident in it. I think that JJ2JJ can deliver. I think that JJ2JJ can pay off dividends. I think that JJ2JJ can pay off in single QB. I think that JJ McCarthy can pay off in single QB because of he can break out.
I mean, I still have him. I still have him as WR2. I just think I just think it separates him and Jamar.
I think that there is something here with JJ that we don't know, that Minnesota is like, bitch, I've unlocked it. I think that Minnesota is sitting back, gritting their fucking teeth from ear to ear, gritting their lips, their ears, ear to ear. They're so pinned back right now that, yeah, JJ's going to do it. That means that JJ, in the short time that he's been there, in the time he's been rehabbing and not being able to be on the field as a practice QB, as a backup QB, that means there was something there. That means he's shown something.
Well, and I wouldn't have said from the jump, if I didn't think that JJ couldn't do it, I wouldn't have told you. I've been telling you off camera for how long that they shouldn't grab anyone and they shouldn't re-sign Sam Darnold. That he should be, if you're going to use that draft pick, he should be the number one going into this year.
If we were to draft today, you and I, in a 2 QB format,
redraft,
you're on the back end. You're on the back end. You're on the back end, which means shit's getting fucking real scary hours, 4th round and beyond, about your second QB. You've already drafted your first QB. You've already taken him back in 12 first round in 2 QB.
So I got Herbert.
Are you firing off on JJ?
Yeah.
4th round. Redraft. $300 online. $300 for the whole community. I'll raise the pot. $500 online. $500 online.
I'm hoping if I'm at the back end of the first, I'm hoping I can get him 1, 2.
They brought in the jet sweep with Rondale Moore.
I'm hoping I can get him in the 5th. But
Mason between the tackles.
I'm hoping I can get him in the 5th, but depending on the team, I'd be willing to jump to the 4th.
JJ handing out food and tents to the homeless is enough for me. He's already a community guy. Yeah, he's already increased in the locker room.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is back. How are you taking Bradbury leaving into consideration? Are you taking that into consideration?
I'll be honest. I got a diehard Minnesota fan at work, not young guy, older dude.
Okay. So he's seen some shit.
And he listens to like the Minnesota people, pods of like their radio guy and everything. He said, good riddance. His exact words were, good riddance. He says he's done for the team, but it's time to move on.
I think that does impact, for me, if I'm incumbent as a sophomore at QB, I only play third string QB.
Don't forget who they brought in. They brought in the guy from Indianapolis.
In semi-pro, I got to be second string QB one time because our third string got hurt. And just what I know about QB meetings, like when I think about this shit in a box, when I think about film study, when I really contextualize it, I want the consistency. I want the consistency on the offensive line. I've had a center fold. where it's my turn to go up and play, I've been the guy on the QB sneak without the proper center. So I do worry about that. I don't think that it's too bad though. I think that Minnesota knows what they're doing. Minnesota is always their GM, the homie from Africa, I believe, from Nigeria. I think it's Nigerian. OC. What's his name? I can't remember. The kid is cooking. Like the kid is doing the damn thing. The kid is doing the damn thing. Oh, they got Ryan Kelly. Oh, they're good. Yeah. That's right. The Vikings are nasty. Yeah, they got fries. Yeah, they did get fries as well. Maybe Minnesota's in a better place than what we originally thought. Maybe this might. Are you sniping JJ in 2 QB? You're not sniping him in single QB, but are you sniping him in 2 QB?
I told you I'd get him. I'd hope for the 5th, but I'd take him in the 4th.
Chat. What is the highest you'll go on JJ in 2 QB? In 2 QB.
Kwesi Adolfo Mensa. He is the GM.
Yeah, Kwesi. So, Mike, what was the highest round you said? I said 4.
I would hope I can get him in the 5th, but I would go to the 4th.
I got a last third in the chat. I got someone that said they'll raise you and they'll beat you on that.
Take him.
What falls to you in that scenario? Late, but yeah, I mean it's a late third. It's a late third, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a late 4th, but I'm understanding if he goes early 4th. I'm completely understanding. In 2 QB, if he goes late 4th, I'm completely or early 4th. I'm completely understanding. We're gonna be on Minnesota Watch, and I think that we need to be the YouTube channel to really be on that, just because we have more data and we have more eyes on with JJ and that whole camp than anyone else. So I mean, if JJ's like a thing that you're really looking out for, like just be like really niche. I feel like we got you. I feel like we got you. I don't think that JJ is going to Trey Lance it. I don't think that JJ is going to Trey Lance it.
No.
Mike.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me go back to what we talked about. We have to bring up the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals paid top dollar for their receivers.
Damn it.
Go ahead.
No. You set it up.
They pay their receivers top dollar. What was it? $70 million for Jamar.
170.
Yeah, 170. And then T got, what was it again?
115-ish.
115, which was $24 million a year.
Something like that.
It's like one's getting like $70 million a year, one's getting like $24 million a year. The photo shoot went well, and there was a lot of kikis. And at first, when we talked about this segment, we were gonna just talk about how the offense ain't shit and isn't gonna be shit. But it sounds like today they're bringing Trey Hendrickson back onto the contract, so that may. What are your thoughts?
4 years, 4 years, 161 for Chase. I still don't know if Hendrickson comes back. I mean, they're saying that he could come back. I don't know if he does. Here's the thing: putting that much into both players, I forget how much, I don't know the percentage, but putting 161 million into Chase, 115 into Jamar, how much you have Burrow under contract. I think this is going to end up cash strapping them in a year or so, and this is going to be a short. I think the Super Bowl window is going to be shorter than we want it to be, because I think this is going to put them in I think this is really going to put them in a cash strap situation sooner than later, and they're going to have to rely on players on rookie contracts, and right now they do not.
So I agree with this take by Aiden that T did not make that team friendly.
Did you expect them to after being raw dogged?
It's Cincinnati, and Cincinnati did themselves a service in the beginning when we talk about like what they built to make it to that whole Super Bowl year. Cincinnati did all the right things, and they were in the right place at the right time. The players in that locker room got so consumed with the concept of being able to make it again. And it's not to say they can't, because they can. That I think that it blocked T. Higgins from reaching his full potential. T. Higgins could probably be a one on a couple of different teams.
And the reason
Is he going to win a Super Bowl? Is he going to win a Super Bowl on those teams? Probably not.
No, but this is the reason I reacted. Okay, T. Higgins alone is the reason I reacted the way I did when you first brought this topic up. And it's not because of the money that he got. It's because for the past year and a half, what have I been telling you? I've been telling you that in 2025, where will he not be playing?
This nigga said going into Lily Phillips Raw is safer than the Bengals defense. On God.
I told you that T. Higgins would not be a Cincinnati Bengal in 2025. And here's the problem with that. My fantasy dynasty rosters reflect that. And now that he's on the Bengals, I've made some moves that I shouldn't have made.
Leafs, I think that T. Higgins could have gotten paid anywhere he went. I think that this was, from what I know, that camp was very specific and hyper focused on keeping something consistent with that organization. From what I know, as long as the number was in the neighborhood, they were fine, and they were going to take whatever they could have gotten to keep the band together. I agree that this was on some bullshit of being selfish. How they're going to make this work with Trey, I don't know. I saw it brought up about like players not taking pay cuts. Football, or no, it's actually this comment here. Football is not a sport where players are willing to take pay cuts. I don't know if Trey Henderson is willing to take a pay cut. He's the missing piece. If they bring him back, that can do a lot of things. That can maybe run it back for some playoffs. How deep it gets them, I don't think that it gets them deep in the playoffs at all. I think this is a team that is good enough to get in the playoffs with the signings. Even if they bring Trey back, even if they don't bring Trey back, it's just enough to win enough football games to get in or be shy of getting in. But this team is hanging on by a fucking prayer. I love it for fantasy. Give me all this shit for fantasy. Give me T. Higgins in fantasy. Give me Jamar Chase in fantasy. Give me Joe Burrow. For fantasy, let's run up the fucking tab.
This helps
Let's
Burrow.
get drunker than Robbie with Deebo Samuel at fucking Playhouse on Los Angeles West Hollywood Boulevard.
This helps Burrow more than anything. Let me ask you this, since you brought it up for
Burrow's going to be a Hall of Famer without a ring.
All right. Oh, yeah. But so might Josh Allen. Let me ask you
My
this.
time is hitting this camera.
You brought this up about JJ, so I'm going to throw it over to Burrow. in redraft, doesn't matter super flex or what you call it because he's better than number 12. How many quarterbacks are you drafting above Burrow for redraft in 2025?
Five.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, Mahomes, Herbert. Or not Herbert. Hurts. Herbert.
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. This is
Well, let
not
me ask
in
you-
any exact order.
Well,
Lamar.
no, not in
Kyler,
any order.
Kyler. Burrow falls.
To me,
Burrow. I would take Burrow within that top 8 at any position. If any of those are gone, then Burrow's my take.
To me, I'm taking him over Kyler Murray without a doubt. But to me, it's my dividing line is him and Herbert. It's him and Herbert like this, and then Murray after them.
I'm willing to second that take. Actually, I'm willing to second your take.
And then Stroud after that.
I think that Stroud is built for a fall off.
I'm not denying.
I think they were about to witness something that's super fucked.
Is it because of the roster? Well, let's get into that in a normal. Let's table this.
No. I'll talk about it now. I think that is because Laramie Tunsil gone. Trying to compensate for Tunsil being gone. They brought an acquisition today.
Is Christian? Let me ask you this: opening day 2000, the opening day of the football season. Is Christian Kirk the WR2?
Opening day?
Right now, he's the WR2 on that team.
So if we walk into opening day with rosters as they are, unalive yourself. If you're a Houston Texans fan, get ready for a fucking long season. I don't like this current roster construction. If I'm betting futures, I would take the futures on the Texans to win it just because of them and the way the rest of the division is built. But I also have no problems approaching it with caution and just saying fuck it all as a whole. I'm still going to gamble. But
speaking of the AFC South, could this be a predicament that I called 2 years ago and got correct, where I said if things fall right and things don't fall right for a certain team, that the Jaguars would finish? Could it be where if the thing doesn't fall a certain way for Houston, could Jaguars slide back into it with Duval?
I think the Jags get back to the Jalen Ramsey, Arden Key days. I think that we're closer to a Jags succession in that division right now on paper than we are to a Houston.
We know it ain't Tennessee.
I'm done putting my dick in the dirt for Tennessee. I'm not doing it.
Well, you were done. Let's be real. You were done doing that the minute that
when Aaron McNair passed.
No. The minute they screwed over Vrabel.
You didn't have to do that. That was a soft. That was just as soft as a soft spot as McNair.
But I'm right. They screwed over.
No. You're not. You're not wrong. No. I'm not going to say
they screwed over Vrabel, and you saw we've all seen the video. The minute that Vrabel found out that they traded away AJ Brown, you knew it was done a year later.
What's fucked up is that as a reporter, I'm so as an analyst, I'm so tied close to that team because of the connections that I have. So I'm just
yeah, I know.
I love you guys, and that's all I can say. And I wanted to get better. I honestly do.
I want it to, but is it higher than let me ask you this. I'm not saying they're the Raiders or the Cowboys or anything like that. But is it a situation where it's higher than the GM that's getting in the way? Because the GM's brand new, the head coach is last year. Is it a situation that it's higher than the GM that's actually getting in the way?
Because they got away from Ray Carthan.
Yeah.
Or Carthan, like way too fast. I think that you could have probably bought another year on that, 2 years at best, and then figured out things from there. I think that the move on from GM was impulsive. I think the move on from coach with the going back to the Rabel thing, I think that was impulsive.
The problem that I have with the GM going like you said, you could have stretched it out. But the problem that I have is you hire the coach or you hire Callahan, and then less than a year later, fire the GM. So this new GM is not Callahan. So Callahan is not the new GM hire.
Yeah.
And you have the number one pick. So wouldn't you want the number one pick and the new GM to also be coinciding with the head coach? And it's not.
No, you want that. You want that, but like you're expecting this motherfucker to come in and be on some like Howie shit. On some like AP shit. And I don't think that you're getting that.
No, you're not.
I think you're getting sloppy seconds. And I if I'm Tennessee, I don't. You ever premature ejaculate? You're like, fuck. Like I was gonna give you more dick, but like I couldn't. Like we've all been there as men. That's what the Titans did with GM. The Titans premature fucking came. Ray Carthan wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I think there was a fuck up here. I think Rabel wasn't bad. You probably could have extended Rabel, paid him money, and you probably would have been better off, actually, now that we really talk about it in a vacuum. I have one more topic I want to bring up.
Okay.
You brought this up last week when we were going, QB for QB.
Oh.
Well, your topic brings us back full circle. Kirk Cousins to close out the night. Atlanta Falcons re-sign. They're bringing him back. It's not going to be Penix. I thought that this was going to be Penix. I was ready for a Penix fantasy value conversation, which I think that still might be in play. I'm going to begin this take with I'm fading Kirk Cousins in fantasy, even in 2 QB. Because if Atlanta waited down to the wire to sign him, why should I be eager to grab him at value?
Well, they didn't re-sign him. He was still under contract. So.
Yes. So he's still under contract, but they commit to
having him on the roster.
Which means, in my opinion, he's gonna be the starter.
To me, it's a restructure for him to be the goddamn backup.
Really?
Can
I get your full opinion on that? Like very astute, like your astute opinion.
Penix is going to be the starter of this team. I think they restructured it. He's going to be the backup unless he gets traded. If Rodgers, okay, the wild card in all this, and I know I made bold takes. I know we just talked about this team. I know I made bold takes about, Rodgers could end up in Tennessee, and that was clicky, whatever. Pittsburgh we thought it was going to be New York. Now that they got Jameis.
Pittsburgh is going to be Rodgers. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is Pittsburgh is the key in all of this. Someone's going to be the odd man out. Now it could be Russ. But what I'm saying is if, like you said, Rodgers was in Pitt today, no deal imminent, whatever. If that doesn't work out, Could they trade for Cousins? Like, is this a thing that you can end up trading Cousins? Could Cousins end up in Cleveland?
I don't think that that's what we're dealing with here. I think that we are dealing with Cousins situated in a position to where Atlanta's going to say, we're going to wait another year. I still do not fear Atlanta. I don't think that Atlanta poses a threat to the. Honestly, Atlanta, I think that Carolina's on your ass.
Well, I said that.
I think that Carolina could do some shit. I think that the Bucks are still 2-1. They're still 2-1 seed, irregardless. You're
well. Let me ask you this:
you're fucked 6 different ways till Sunday. As long as Baker's in that division, Baker's gonna cook.
Are the Saints the 4 seed?
The Saints the Saints and the Falcons right now are fighting between 3 and 4 in terms of postseason projections. Could that advance when they actually start playing games and winning games? Absolutely, for sure. Defy the laws of fucking averages for me because that makes my job easier. My friend, Mike, I love you, but I think that Kirk Cousins has lower QB value in 2 QB formats than J.J. McCarthy, how we talked about in a previous segment.
And guess
I'm
what?
going to take J.J. unproven.
But guess what? You know why I agree with you? Because he's not a starter in 2025. So, yes, he has lower value than J.J. McCarthy.
So Kirky ain't starting. Week one. Is it Penix? Is it Kirk?
Penix.
Talk that shit.
Penix.
It's Penix on God. Like
they didn't draft him. They didn't draft him in the first round.
On the Pirate Gang, you're saying Penix week 1.
Penix week 1. There's
on the game. On the game.
To me, I still don't. I am not 100% sure that Penix, that Cousins is on this roster.
Mike, say on the gang if that's really what you feel. Say on the gang.
On the gang, Penix is the starter for the Atlanta Falcons week 1.
All Rumboyz, he says Penix. I say Kirk Cousins. Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a finesser. Finesser.
And his wife dresses him.
Hold on. I'm all hypnotic, exotic. I'm rolling up that Molly, got a bag right beside me, my friends right behind me, and I swag. I surf, I swag. I surf, I swag. I surf. I'm clean like this detergent, man. I'm on a patrol. I'm gone, got me yawn, and my friends are. And I swag. I surf. I swag. I had to hit that shit real quick. Dog, Falcons have more firepower than the Saints at least.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Drake made that boy. On your mama, you're letting it. That's crazy. Oh, you meant to say toe? That's crazy. Mike, closing sentiments.
March Madness is this weekend still, and let's party it on and see you guys next week.
Oh, I gotta pour out a closing shot. I think I know how. Oh God, I think I know how I want to end this show. On God, I think I know how I want to end this show.
Oh God.
I got some positive words. Ladies and gentlemen, just because you are not in a spot that you may want to be does not mean that you are not in the right place. Being content and being okay with what you are already given and with what you are already have accomplished is an okay place to be. To build on your content, on what you have been given, on what you have been blessed with, is not a bad thing. Some say opportunity is once in a lifetime. What if that once in a lifetime is the opportunity that you built? If it requires you to sell away something that you've built and that you love, and the dollar amount does not add up, don't do it. If it's something that does not coincide with your values and your morals, don't do it. If you know in your heart of hearts that you are worth more than what someone is going to give you, don't do it. Take the people that love you, that follow you, that embrace you, and that support you unconditionally as family. Because family is forever. Real love is forever. Real supporters, real followers is forever. I ain't saying this on no internet shit or whatever. If you really gonna follow your favorite content creator, if you really gonna fuck content creator, just a person. If you really gonna follow a person, if you really gonna fuck with that. I'm Rumboyz Robbie. I say this because if you are dealing with something, if you've been through something, I promise you it's going to get better. I promise you that what you're going through at home is going to be a brighter day. And as far as content goes, I promise you, this room that I got, this studio that I got, nigga, I could actually point. I'm about to turn this shit into a fucking fantasy factory. I'm about to do a lot of content and a lot of different shit that's going to be crazy. If you want to partner with me on some business shit, that's cool. But if you're talking about a sponsorship, baby, I'm good. Unless you really come to the door with that bag, I'm good. I'm Rumboyz Robbie. That's Drop the Mic FF. I personally stand for independent content creation in this industry where everybody's getting bought out for exclusive rights and bullshit, have to give up all their shit. I'm letting y'all know I ain't doing that. And I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the wrong boys and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. We love and appreciate all of you. Y'all make it to where we can do this shit. Let's get it. We out of here. 1 second.